Welcome to the demo video for our most recent work cycle on H2, the self-deposit application for the Stanford Digital Repository. The team completed a lot of smaller improvements and changes during this work cycle, like turning on Google Analytics, and also some larger pieces of work that are difficult to demo, like making the Globus workflow more robust and improving the accessibility of the app. This video today covers 4 major pieces of work we completed that are easy for me to demo for you. About 6 months ago, we completed the original implementation that allowed depositors to send files to the SDR via the file transfer service Globus. That original implementation is outlined here in this graphic. During this current work cycle, we've streamlined and improved this process in 3 important ways. First, new Globus users used to be required to start their SDR deposit, then set up an account at Globus and return to the self-deposit application to notify us that the Globus account setup was complete before we could set up the shared Globus folder for them. This is no longer necessary. Users will still need to set up a Globus account, but the shared folder is available for them as soon as the step is completed without needing to return to the self-deposit app and click a button. Second, we previously sent the link to the shared folder at Globus to depositors via email. We are now displaying that link to users right away in the self-deposit app, so there's no need to interact with email at all. Globus still sends messages during the process, and the deposit app still sends a message as well with instructions, but all required information is now available in the deposit app. Third, users whose content is on Oak, Sherlock, or Stanford Google Drive can let us know of that location, and we can provide them with a Globus link that opens the Globus file transfer window with the location of their content on one side and our shared folder for them on the other. Without this link, getting these 2 locations open at the same time in the same Globus transfer window requires quite a bit of non-intuitive fiddling, so this really streamlines the process for people. We have added a feature that pushes SDR works to the ORCID records of authors and contributors. When an item is deposited, we look for ORCID IDs that have been included in the authors and contributors section of the form. We then check any ORCIDs we find to see if the owners of those ORCIDs have given Stanford permission as a trusted entity to update their ORCID record. If they have, we push the work to their ORCID record. We're also able to update works we've pushed to ORCID if something changes, like the title. And if an author is removed from a work, we're able to check for that as well and remove the work from the ORCID record. While this process happens when the user clicks the deposit button, we've also gone back and checked all the existing self-deposit items in this same way for these same requirements and pushed those works to ORCID records as well when we have permission to do so. When a depositor creates a new item, the first thing they're asked to do is assign one of 9 work types that best describes the overall or primary nature of the work. Once they click the Continue button to proceed to the rest of the deposit form, the work type cannot be changed. Since the release of this application, we've encountered some cases where the work type needs to be modified, so we've added a feature that allows admins to make this change. The admin navigates to the View page for the item, and then in the Admin Functions menu selects Change Work Type. They'll then be presented with the standard work type modal with the current selection already highlighted. They can change this to a different work type and then click Continue. The deposit form then loads with work type changed automatically entered in the What's Changing box at the top of the page, and all they need to do from here is scroll to the bottom and click Deposit to redeposit the item and save the work type change. All of the items deposited in the SDR come with a standard terms of use statement, but we're aware of multiple situations where the addition of a custom rights statement is either desired or required. One of these use cases, for example, is the ability to add required publisher statements for open access articles. To support these various use cases, we've added a new collection setting that allows for custom rights statements to be added to deposits. The collection manager has 3 options. The first option is to set this so that custom rights statements can't be added to any of the deposits in the collection. We actually anticipate that this will be the case for the vast majority of collections and is the default option. The second option is to provide a custom rights statement that will automatically appear on every deposit. The collection manager enters the terms in the text entry field, and the depositor sees that these terms will be included on the deposit. The third option is to allow the depositor to enter their own custom terms, which is the setting we would choose for the open access articles collection use case I mentioned earlier. When allowing the user to enter their own terms, the collection manager can also choose to use the default instructions that we provide or provide their own instructions. For the open access article use case, I might want to enter here that this field is intended for the required statement from the publisher. When a user makes a deposit, they see these specific instructions in the form and can then paste the publisher's statement here. Whether the custom statement is provided by the collection manager or entered by the depositor, it appears on the Perl page prepended to the standard rights statement. Thanks to everyone on the H2 project team for all their hard work during the last 7 weeks and to everyone else who helped with the work on this project. That's it for the updates from this work cycle. Thanks for watching.